What's up everybody, Jack here from Half Chrome, and this is the BetaFPV Meteor75 Pro with the P1 VTX. That's right, this has ARTLYNK and it's an all-in-one, it's ready-made, it's built for you so you can just get flying. I've already tested the P1 and I'm a big fan of the system, but I had to build this drone. This one comes ready-made for those of you that aren't looking to build your own stuff. And you may be thinking, well, there's already digital drones on the same platform. Yes, there are. This is the DJI with the O4 Lite, and it's about 200 bucks. This guy, 130. So you can save 70 bucks going with this guy's. Plus the goggles are less expensive. The P1 or the ARTLYNK system is just more affordable. Now, is it the one that you want? Well, we're going to take a look at this one specifically, and of course, yeah, I'll compare it to this guy too. Now, at the time of this recording, the only way to see that video is if you have these goggles. This is the BetaFPV VR04 HD goggles, and I believe they have some other things in the works, but they're not out yet. First thing we need to do is get this drone paired up to these goggles. All right, I'm going to walk you through the pairing process to get the P1 connected to the goggles. You're going to need a battery, so you're going to plug it in. And you can see there's a little switch there. I'm going to go ahead and turn on my goggles to do that. It's a tap and a hold. Power those up. I'm going to go ahead and press this button here, and you can see that red light is flashing, and then I'm going to go ahead and press this button here with a little paper clip. We turned green, and you can see we now have video. So super easy to connect. Okay, so I got this paired to the goggles. Now, setting this thing up, it's an ELRS quad. So if I let it go and it starts flashing quickly like that after 30 seconds, that means it's putting out a Wi-Fi signal. I can connect to my computer, download my passphrase, and I'm ready to fly. I'm not going to walk you through this process, but I have a whole video on exactly how I would set up this drone, or pretty much any other tiny whoop, or really any drone for that matter. I'll put a link in the description down below to that video if you'd like help setting this guy up and connecting it to your radio and things like that. Before I fly this guy, let me just tell you some of the things you want to know. Inside is the Matrix 1S board. So this will only fly in a 1S battery, something like this, 480s, 580s. You pick your poison, but the Lava or Lava 2 batteries are pretty darn good. It's a 1S board, Matrix 1S board, so you can fly in 480s, 580s, or they recommend 680s. The bigger the battery, the more flight time you have, but also the more weight. So if you want something super nimble, go with a lighter battery, but again, I'd probably just go with the biggest. That give you a little bit more flight time, and that's probably the angle I'd go. These are 1102 22,000 kV motors with the 45mm props. Now, this isn't a traditional 75. It's actually an 80. You can see that it's bigger than this is my Air 75. Drone itself is about 37.5 grams. So let's fly it. All right, so this thing is perfect for flying inside. I love this 75mm format. Actually, it's an 80mm format, even though they call it a 75. And I think this is probably about as big as you want to go if you're going to fly indoors or around the house, which you absolutely can. I would suggest actually putting a throttle cut on it, and I've got a whole video on how to do that and set this thing up the way that I would recommend. I'll throw that in the description down below. But yeah, it's great for indoors, and because it's got these larger props than a traditional 75, it actually will do a little bit better outside as well. Now, it is still a 1S quad, so you know, I'm not going to tell you it's a freestyle river or anything like that, but it does well indoors and out, so it flies great. Okay, so now video quality. Let's talk about that. Yeah, it's really good. It's better than HD0. Is it as good as DJI? The answer to that is no. But you have to remember, this thing is a whole lot cheaper. If I was to buy this drone, it's $130. And of course, you need the VR4 HD goggles. Those are 150 bucks. You're talking about $280 to get an HD drone and goggle setup. Now, you still need batteries and all those things, radio, But let's just compare that to DJI, which you'll also need those things. So the DJI version of this exact drone is right now on sale, $185. Typically, it's about 200 bucks. And the cheapest goggles that you can get to work with DJI are their N3s, and it's about 230, and they're not super easy to find. I'm rocking the Goggles 3. Those are, I think, $650. So let's go back to the best case scenario flying DJI. It's $415. So we're talking about DJI being more expensive by at least $130, probably $150. Is it worth it? Well, it depends what you're doing, right? DJI clarity is better. DJI range is better. We're going from 5 kilometers to 15 kilometers. No, you're not flying tiny whoops even 5 kilometers away, but you have to kind of note that. Now, the latency on both of these is kind of variable, so there's that. It's a little bit more laggy than DJI, but I wouldn't say it's bad by any stretch of the imagination. It's absolutely flyable. I wouldn't do it for racing, probably, but it's pretty good, especially when it's near you. As you kind of get some distance out past, I would say 100, 200 meters, you'll start to notice some breakup or some artifacting, and the latency is a little bit worse when it does that. Now, the biggest difference actually, and the advantage the P1 system or this BetaFPV system has over DJI, other than just cost, is the field of view, right? It's about 170 degrees, which is kind of like the classic wide angle that you kind of see or feel with a lot of different drones like this, versus DJI Lite is about 117 degrees. A lot of people find that that's just too narrow. And you, yes, can buy adapters and add those to that. But again, we're talking added cost. So something to kind of consider as well. Overall, this thing is fun. It's fantastic. I love that you have an ARTLYNK or a P1 option that is ready to go, that you don't have to build yourself. If you want to build yourself, you can. It's inexpensive. It's $40 for the VTX. But yeah, this system is coming along nicely. I am going to compare it. OpenIPC is getting better, right? So I think that is kind of a natural comparison. And with Emacs producing some newer, better stuff, I got my hands on that, and that's coming out in a video down the road. So as I test that and compare these things, the winner is us, right? The people that fly the drones. It's great to have. If you want more info on the P1 system itself, I've done a video on the P1 where I built a quad and added it to it. I did some comparisons there, again, with DJI and HD0 and analog. So if you want to see that, link in the description down below, as well as the other drone that BetaFPV makes. That's the Aquila 20, and that's kind of an all-in-one kit, and you can get that with this P1 HD system altogether, right? So if you don't even want to bother with your own radio or anything like that, you can buy it all ready to go. I hope this was helpful. Good luck, everyone, and happy flying.